Our policy is also step-by-step action, commitment for commitment. They take one step, we take one step. It should not be the case that we fulfill our commitments while they do not. We have tried to proceed by taking into account past experiences, despite the prevailing atmosphere of distrust. The issue related to Hezbollah and the issue related to those so-called frozen money must certainly be on the agenda for discussion before we enter negotiations. If we are to enter negotiations and these issues have not been resolved, we will not enter the 10-point framework. These must first be resolved before we proceed to that stage. There are currently several issues on which differences of opinion exist. They have certain views regarding the nuclear field and certain views regarding matters related to the Strait of Hormuz and similar issues, while we, in any case, remain firm on our own positions. Of course, negotiations, without any doubt, the very purpose of negotiations is ultimately for the two sides to reach an understanding. However, for us, the fundamental point has been what we referred to earlier. Despite this lack of credibility, we have acted in good faith. Our aim has been to achieve a lasting peace that includes guarantees that this issue will not be repeated. Because the regime in the United States, particularly the regime, over the past 80 years have gone through cycles of war, ceasefire, peace, and war again, even twice in a single year. It has recurred. This flawed loop must be broken. The first essential point is that this peace must be durable and must include guarantees that it will not be repeated, neither by the Zionist regime nor by the United States. The point that the Americans must understand is that the United States must decide to win the trust of the Iranian people. This is the most important step the Americans must take. If they truly intend to respond in good faith, they must abandon their approach to negotiations that is based on bias and the mindset of attempting to impose something on us. They have already experienced that such an approach does not succeed. The enemy is certainly in a watch-out. The enemy is certainly seeking to inflict damage and pursue its hostile intentions, and you should not be hopeless for that. Every day, a new mischievous plot is coming out of its sleeves. This is something we must take into account. In any case, a ceasefire was established there, but it was incomplete. As I have already explained clearly, what does that mean? It means that if you do not enforce a ceasefire, then we do not observe the ceasefire at all, start the war and halt the negotiations. Both actions together, we will stop negotiations and we will start the war. They have only partially observed the ceasefire in a half-hearted manner. That is also due to their deceits. However, we have stood firm and ultimately they accepted it. For this purpose, we closed the Strait of Hormuz. We even stated it to them explicitly. We will close the Strait of Hormuz, and we will certainly pursue war. We will utilize all our tools. In this way, we were able to impose our will and our demands.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
expert analysis,
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
ground reports,
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
long-form interviews,
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
deep dive into burning issues,
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.